up, guys?
Yo,
Jake,
Tyler,
and we're here to talk about the new Marvel Legends
Maximum
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Woo. We're the two most avid Spider-Man fans in the store.
Yeah, we're pretty big Spider.
We both have a
Spider-Man.
stupid amount of Spider-Man action figures, so adding one more at this point just feels, just showing off
There's some of the old ones.
There's like, we both have
here's the
quite
new.
considerably more. And then it was really fun to play with this figure. After owning a stupid amount of Spider-Mans, it still feels like a fresh, very cool action figure.
For sure. Well, so Marvel Legends has done like small little incremental changes, like the Renew Your Vows. He gets the little toe articulation. Overall, they just keep kind of adding new little features, but this is kind of has all those little tweaks plus some bigger overall articulation changes.
The ability, like what do we call these?
I
I know the word, but
yeah.
Many hours later.
Butterfly
joints.
joints. There we go.
Yeah, so the butterfly joints on this guy are a massive improvement over anything we've ever seen.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, that's got to be the biggest difference here, because there's a point where this was like the cream of the crop Spider-Man, as good as you can get, and he can't remotely do the same kind of poses.
He's definitely limited in some of the more like ab crunch, super, like you can get him kind of in these tighter poses, but it doesn't look as comic accurate. And as with this guy, you're getting we were talking about before, but this is sort of the first time they've done like a fully comic accurate. Yeah, based on Todd McFarlane's art.
Straight McFarlane style. I mean, you can get him in all the crazy McFarlane poses. If you hadn't caught it, there's an insane amount of accessories that come with this guy, which that's one of the biggest points, which we do have some gripes with some of the accessories. But
lots of
we'll get to that.
Web stuff. But no, overall, like you're getting some of this sort of premium articulation with the Marvel Legend.
Yeah, and so Tyler broke out his we got the Mafex guy here.
Yeah.
Which would be the next closest version to this.
I think so, yeah.
Pricing point wise, what do these guys start at?
Well, they're import, so I think that like you can get it. They're a little all over the place, but they're usually between 80 and 100.
Yeah.
And then they go out of circulation and they go for crazy money on eBay and they get reissued back and forth. But yeah, I think he retailed for like around 80. And he doesn't come with as much stuff. You get way more web stuff, way more hands, 3 heads, even though one of the heads or 2 of them are pretty similar.
Just speaking of accessories, this didn't really make sense to either of us. The difference here is so minute.
Yeah, the border, the black border is a little bit thicker on the eyes.
Felt like a weird choice. Maybe if he was like one of the eyes was really fully winky or something, that would have made more sense. But they didn't roll with that.
Or did a more classic Romita Ditko smaller eye.
I do love having Spidey sense action to be able to throw on his head there. Like, this is really fun. The little web accessories are really cool. It's got a little stand so you can be shooting out this little web blast at somebody. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, I think this is we have some cool shots that Ella did some posing for us. Like you get some cool perspectives with like the web shooting at the camera or so action figure photography wise, I think there's a lot of potential. The biggest gripe we talked about is the not having a wire in the web strings. It just makes it hard to like actually be able to do anything with these.
It feels like a weird decision after having gotten to this point. Yeah.
Well, and like so this is one of the web strands you get with the Mafex, and it's not quite wired, but it's a little more rigid and it's a little pliable, but it stays like kind of taut. So you don't need to like attach it to anything, whereas like if you wanted to you just can't really do much with this.
Yeah, it feels pretty useless.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you pinned it, but even then, if it came with like a point where you could thumbtack it or something, that would make more sense. But it's just
he's a little floppy guy.
It's just this. So you can't hit your buddy with it.
There you go.
That's always a good time. I do love the hands with the web shooting accessory stuff going on.
Yeah, you get the web shooter hands too.
So sweet. I don't love the Peter Parker head. It's just a little goofy looking for me.
Yeah, I mean they're leaning into the McFarlane always had goofier human faces
for sure. No, it does look off the page still. I prefer either the animated style Peter head or the Renew Your Vows Peter is like that's perfect adult Spidey to me right there. But this is, I think, one of the biggest questions was: is this worth the price point of being double a Marvel Legend in price wise? And I think that's just going to totally come down to personal preference.
I think you can definitely feel it. So, like, if anyone's handled a Marvel Legend, out of the package, they can be a little crunchy. You got to, like, work the joints in. This was just, like, super smooth. Mm-hmm. It almost felt loose, but then the joint stayed in place. Similar to a Mafex or, like, a Figuarts, the joints are just, like, a little more premium.
Yeah.
So you are getting a little bit more bang for your dollar there.
I mean, having the neck joint there is something I don't know if we've seen that on a Spidey.
Yeah, no, that's more like you'd see in some of the import figures. Yeah.
Toe joint's awesome. We have seen that in the past, but not to this level. Where you've got, I just feel like everything's just really smooth with them, and looks natural. So no, this is an excellent figure.
Yeah,
I'm pretty thrilled with the way it turned out.
Yeah, which leads us into our next. So. They couldn't just have Spidey on his own, but we're going to look at the Maximum Hulk figure here.
With the Hulk clap.
Yes. Hulk smash, Hulk clap. This figure, it's definitely got some upgrades. There's a lot more reuse in this one, at least in the lower half.
Yeah.
But I think the chest piece and overall the hidden butterfly joints on this figure make up for some of the reuse, because that's where the poses you're gonna find the most action.
Crazy amount of posability. He does have the toe joint, which the other one, previous Hulks didn't have, and is considered, even though the other ones are butterflied to the back, you don't have that ability to do really crazy poses at the front, and it's really nice having that setup.
you wanna get that, like he's grabbing someone or doing his like sonic slap or whatever the you get a bunch of the cool effects too, the whooshing effects.
We get all sorts of cool stuff.
Amp that up.
So there's a big old blast effect there, which doesn't really feel supernatural in how to put it in his hand.
But there should be like some kind of clip or something, but you kind of have to futz with it.
He's got your standard Hulk hands. He's got a rocket that you can rip in half. Or it falls apart.
Yeah.
Either way.
I mean, he's already broken it six times between at this point. So.
And then we've got our head selection is probably the weirdest part of this Hulk, which are 3 extremely stylized heads and nothing that looks, when I just think the Hulk.
The real slick back.
The real slick back, real nice.
Oh yeah, that would slick back really nice.
Got a little bit of Shaggy Hulk, but with a giant jaw going on. And I don't know, this head has grown on me since opening this figure.
A lot of teeth.
McGinnis head, which is really solid, but is just good for basically one purpose.
Yeah,
he's
just recreating
screaming while jumping down or clapping. I love the bright color on this guy.
He's definitely the green. I think is a little. It's a subtle difference, but it's a little bit more like pop arty comic art.
I really love the color. But for me, I feel like I need to buy a 3D printed head or molded head.
Yeah, because the downside, like we were saying, this is such a good head, but the color's just different enough that if you put this head on here, it looks off.
It's no bueno. And I don't have the color ability to match it. I don't think I might have to buy somebody's better.
Or hire Ella to paint it.
So. Ella really talented that would crush it. So that may happen. But overall, I think this Maximum line is off to a really cool start. The packaging's awesome. People have seemed to really enjoy them, and there's still a crazy amount of Spider-Mans on the shelf. If that doesn't do it for you, for Hulk, the options are extremely
limited. Every time Hulk comes out, it goes out of circulation pretty quick, and then it goes up crazy in price. So
I don't get why there's not just a standard Hulk kept around for a little while. Like you think maybe the Marvel Legends 20th one would have stuck around or something, but anything that would have kept the figure like in circulation for a while. But this is, if you don't have a Hulk, this is an excellent one. Personally, I do think I'm gonna need a different head for him. But if you do and you're not trying to use that clap motion, I don't know if it's worth. I don't know if it's necessarily an upgrade.
I don't know. I'm like looking into his eyes here, and this one's kind of calling to me, speaking to me right now. But
he is, man.
Like a hypnotic. But yeah,
sun's getting real low, big guy.
I don't know.
Let us know who you're hoping to see.
Yeah, there's been a few leaks.
So
like
maybe
hints.
Thor.
Yeah, that's
Black Suit Spidey.
Those were the who knows. The leaks usually are pretty accurate, but
They seem to be. But
spoiler alert if you didn't want to know that, I guess. But
sorry. But let us know if there's anybody you're hoping to see done in a maximum way, and what you think would make it worth being maximum.
Yeah, what hits, what's missing for you. Yeah, just let us know.
If you got any questions about the figures, let us know. We can shoot some photos, swing by and try them out here at the shop.
Yeah, we got plenty of loose ones. So
yeah, so we're just having fun with these guys. So we'll see you around.
Peace.